Idaho is not a place people commonly talk about, especially with regards to the furry fandom. Now, we got conventions in, like, Denver, and whatever goes on in Seattle, whatever goes on in the Midwest, California, Atlanta, all that good stuff. Up in Canada, maybe someplace in Europe. Nobody talks about Idaho. There's a lot going on here, and no one realizes how many furries are in Idaho. Mostly because the furries themselves here have no idea that there are other furries in Idaho. We need to change that. I live in Mountain Home, Idaho, about 45 minutes away from Boise. If you're somewhere in that general area, let's start finding each other and start forming a presence here. There are probably thousands of people here that are in the furry fandom that are in Idaho, and we have no idea that there are others here. So let's start talking to each other. And let's start doing stuff together. If you're a furry, let me know in the comments if you're from Southwest Idaho. Or Idaho in general. Especially around... Well, I'm from Mountain Home. Lived here for 10 years. If you happen to live here, Boise, Twin Falls, Pocatello, Caldwell, Nampa, or any places like that, do let me know. Because eventually, I want to establish Idaho on the furry radar. Because I want to develop a sufficient concentration of furries to start a fandom presence. Because economic prospects are very good here. We've got the infrastructure to start, like, getting creative with some of our ideas. And I happen to know a thing or two about that stuff. My work is in show business. I'm also a merchant, so I understand how to buy and sell things and how, like, sales and concessions work. I basically have worked in a dealer den without actually having worked in a dealer den. I have 2 vendor stalls in town where I buy and sell merchandise. I have ideas for events and potentially getting some local sponsors to join in as well. But we need to start finding each other and establishing a presence and an identity of our own. Idaho is a quiet, mysterious place. But it's got a richness to it. It's got a depth and quiet mystique you don't find in a lot of other places. And I want to bring that out. Let's see if we can get enough people together that we could start to plan and coordinate events. Maybe get like a community potluck going or something. Barbecue. Maybe a hangout at one of the clubs. Or the gaming place. Don't overlook Idaho. It's called the Gem State, but it's also a hidden gem state. It's got a lot of potential, and especially given the awkward in-between zone between several major other furry Nexus hotspot locations, that we might just be an oasis of sorts in the vast wilderness of upper United States. Might be a good place for some Canadians to visit as well, because Idaho borders with Canada. Boise has tried to get a few fur cons going, but I think while it's got the people, it's got the numbers, it needs someone to advertise it, I think. Like, you need a figurehead of sorts. You need some people here that kinda can charisma lead people here. If that makes any sense. You know, certain content creators they put their home base locations. Like, for example, Jacksepticeye put Ireland on the map when he got big as a YouTuber. Like, Ireland started getting attention from the rest of the world because Jacksepticeye is from Ireland. There's a famous singer from Kazakhstan. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a lot of Stanlands out there. It's hard to tell one from another by the name alone. But I think Kazakhstan has a very famous singer, Dimash, I think his name was. No one would know Kazakhstan is a place unless, in a lot of cases, they heard about the singer. The pop culture effect. How there's an anime called Hitalia that introduced the Seychelles, which is a tropical island nation or something. No one would know the first detail about it if they hadn't heard about it from Hitalia or the music community that makes videos of these countries, featuring them fan art and like a animated music video, I think they were called AMVs, which often featured these countries with music in their native languages, and that put the Seychelles on the map. A Japanese anime brought a lot of attention to a country that nobody would know existed otherwise. I want to do the same with Idaho in regards to furry fandom culture. There's a lot of us here, but I want to coax you out of the shadows. I want to bring a lot of you out into the open so we can actually do like a head count and actually start meeting each other and forming communities. Because I think we're pretty powerful. I think we've got a lot going for us that hasn't even been talked about yet. So, let's meet up. I come from Mountain Home, and I'm known as the Purple Fox that you see here. In fact, I actually have commercial permission from the Avatar author, Spaghetti. I basically have merch permit, a commercial license. I got everything. I got direct clearance from them. So this is kind of like my mascot character. So I'm gonna rock it. But I use other avatars as well. I kind of play the role of different characters. But if I need to put a face on my furry identity, it would be this one, Purple Fox. Probably what my fursuit's going to be, if and when I do get one. I do plan to get one eventually. It's just a financial planning thing I gotta do. But start forming meetup groups. Because I can't bring everyone to Mountain Home. But I could start to get people to talk to each other in the other cities and form their own local meetups and groups and hangouts. We need to establish a presence in Southwest Idaho, in Idaho in general. Because Idaho is fertile land for the entertainment industry. We've got the critical infrastructure in the Southwest to form a powerhouse in the world of entertainment. So, let's take advantage of that. Life is good here. And yet no one knows Idaho's even a thing. I look forward to meeting some of you. And also, Iceberg, if you happen to be watching this for Boise, hi. You should go to Dave & Buster's again someday. That was fun. I'm gonna see what I can do to get the ball rolling. I'm gonna see how many people I can... I want to see how many people I could potentially start something like a meetup or a community event. Just something. Don't matter if it could be the smallest thing on the earth. Could be just like coffee at a cafe or something. But let's start talking to each other, because one day we're going to turn this part of the United States into a big part of the country. I've got a plan. And I am a clever boy. Especially when it comes to show business. See you soon.